Welcome back here for all the action at Central Coast Sporting and Recreation Complex in the heart of Tuggerah. The Junior Regionals 2023 New South Wales Touch Football Association Championships. James Preston and Gab Rose to bring you all the action for this one between the all Sydney sides here. Sydney Scorpions and the Sydney Mets in the 18 girls division, and two red-hot outfits here, Gab Rose. There's, for the Scorpions, a lot of Manly players who have had a lot of success in the last few months as well.
Yeah, there's plenty of talent on show here from both teams. The Scorpions start with the ball. I'm really looking forward to this clash.
Here they go now, the Sydney Scorpions, operating through that middle with Medved. Medved floats a pass over the top, a lovely ball, but well covered, though, from the Mets.
Yeah, they've still got a couple of touches to play here, and they've got Nina van der Eyden calling the shots in the middle there.
Worked away here through van der Eyden. Now they come again. Medved pops a pass, but pressure was on there for Berryman. She couldn't go too far at all. And she was under all sorts of up and in pressure there from the middle defence, and ultimately the ball came free. So early on in this one, no results so far with the first possession from the Scorpions inside the first minute. Of course, 25-minute matches, no half-time breaks. And when a try is scored, the two sides will change direction as Jones goes for a little scoot here. Last play, Jones once more on the follow-up. Quick pass provided, and Presley Larch has nowhere to go, the Balmain junior.
Yeah, it's Molly Jones. I watched her recently at the New South Wales Catholic Schools Trials in Wagga, and she did a really good job that tournament, forcing her way into the New South Wales CCC team.
They're going to call forceful touch here, jamming in. Yes, certainly the case. There's a bit of a shoulder in there, actually.
Yeah, it looks like she came off second best too, the winger there. She got penalised, but she might have taken a bit of a head knock.
Just a little clutch there at the temple, so hopefully she's all right moving forward as Smith pops in an acting half, and now they promote it from right to left, and lots of room to move out here. They put the foot down. Good speed shown from Dale. But they'll go back to the mark where she was initially caught, and now firing it off here for Bosland. And wider still they come, and now Smith again at pace. How about that for a dive from distance? But they were on the spot there, large and in charge, making that touch.
That was a great dive, but about a metre short, and you're right, a really good touch.
Smith now wraps around, floats a pass over the top. What a ball, and how about the hands from Dale? But again, great cover defence from the Mets. They've stopped a couple of certain tries.
Yeah, it's nice to see the Scorpions playing a wide, expansive game to start with, going from side to side, because they do have some speed on both wings, and they're obviously trying to utilise that strength of theirs.
So they head towards the sideline to get those fresh players on here with the subset working, and now they do arrive just in time. They'll play it around about 10 shy of that halfway line, midway through the count. Dummy before linking up. And a nice little flow about the play here with another dummy coming in. However, they do shut that down, so that is the changeover here in favour of the Scorps.
Yeah, number 6 for Mets, Keely Stevens. She's an experienced campaigner. She's been in touch for many years at a high level, so she'll be one to watch for the Mets.
Bosland rolls it back. Now they continue marching forward. Berryman is out there, as is Fung. Fung was looking to link up back through the middle. They're pinged there. This will be the last play now. Jasmine Vera, who's got so much speed about her work. This time, though, she can't use it to her full advantage, and that will be the turnover. So the Mets now working away from their own end. A great first run here. They pick up plenty of metres here as Shemp promotes the footy across, and now wrapping around is Keely Stevens. Stevens, good metres here up towards halfway. Lovely driving set so far.
Yeah, this is a much better set. They've been going a little bit lateral, the Mets. They want to go a little bit more direct so they can get a dump. They've got a penalty here.
It'll be music to the ears of Wayne McKenzie, the coach. So allow the Mets to set up good field position, and they'll definitely get at least a few plays at the line here. So 2 down, and they're going to play pretty much from inside the 7. In fact, it might be a lot better than that. Good speed on that occasion there from Kohler.
Yeah, she's one of their captains and been training really well.
Will be the turnover, though. I think she might have actually been out of acting half there, Kohler.
Yeah, which was an early touch, so that's probably a disappointing end to what could have been a really good set for him.
So Smith drives upfield, good metres for her. Vera now hops in an acting half, waits for the support to arrive. Patterson is there, and they recycle back to Vera.
Yeah, I've actually coached Tasma Patterson, number 2 for the Scorpions, last year at CCC. Great young lady, but a high work rate and a really good team player.
A couple of dummies now from Stubbs, who then offers it off, and then not a great pass there behind the
that
run.
was commentator's curse by me.
Was.
Sorry, Taz.
So Patterson, unfortunately, receiving the Gabbro's curse. She's good for at least one a game so far today.
That's it. That's done for the game.
Let's see if you have any tomorrow as well when we get to finals day. Hopefully not. 10 metres into enemy territory now. And they're all fanned out to this left-hand side. That's the way they come. Large once more, who's been quite strong to start with here. The sole Balmain player in this Mets lineup. So they continue to promote it out to this left-hand side. Dummies galore, more dummies than a pacifier store, but ultimately they don't open them up.
No, and they want a good set here. Scorpions just to settle things down.
So Vera on the charge forward, meets the touch there of Gigliotti. And a nice little follow-up run as well there from McDougall. As Vera hops in an acting half now, pops a pass here for Smythe, and now played for French. They've got them on the back foot here with Berryman. Berryman getting all the way through, popping a pass over the top, very well marked up, and there's a bit of argy-bargy too. Goodness me, that's gone quite intense there. I'm not sure if we saw it close, Fizz. I'm hoping not.
Yeah,
Sammy Rogers, the coach, was quickly into it, though, to calm things down. That's good to see.
Yeah, it was calm, and then it just exploded. Went from 0 to 100 with a bit of push and shove. Be interesting to see what the referees call here. We don't want to see that in our game.
Not at all. I think that's Smythe, who's the girl who's lashed out there. There was a little bit of a bump coming through that she perhaps thought was unnecessary. I don't think there's a hair pull. I know the hair went flying, but I don't think there was a hair pull involved.
No, it looked like she was the Mets defender was just trying to netball defend and stop the person from going through, but there's a lot of discussion going on here by the referees, and both coaches, Wayne McKenzie and Sammy Rogers on this side, will be wanting to calm their players down and just focus on the game. Both might spend some time in at least the sub box, I would say.
I certainly think Smythe of the two, if only one is to go, would probably be her off the back of that. Both having a little chat with the referee at the moment. And there we go. So we are going to see a bit of a sit down here. Both players sent for some time on the sideline. So Aaliyah McKenzie. So I'm not sure Dad will be too impressed about that one.
Yeah, we don't often see that in particularly the girls' game, but it'll open the field up if nothing else. So, yeah, let's hope we see a good open game, and looks like Scorpions have got the penalty.
So, Gab, just run through for us as well for those who aren't 100% across how these timeouts work in touch football. Obviously, it's a little bit different from the 3 penalties on the line itself. This is all the way to the end zones.
Yeah, they'll be in their end zones for a couple of sets of 6 each. And the referees will call both players on probably in about 2 sets of 6 each in this shortened version of the game.
So wrapping around now is Van der Reyden. Van der Reyden can't quite get around the outside of them. French, an option. Back to Van der Reyden here. Last play now. French is there once more. She comes back against the grain. French trying to squeeze through, but the touch is made. And still, these two sides cannot break the deadlock here.
Yeah, and that was good defence in 5-on-5, because Grace French, as we've seen in a few tournaments this year, is really dominant on the line. She's got a really good step and great eyes up footy, so that the Mets did a really good job there.
So further forward they drive now, the Mets, getting closer to that halfway mark.
Really good defence by the Scorpions, coming up, pinching the touches and trying to keep the Mets in their half.
Like that Gabrose, a pinch from the Scorpions, very clever. A little dummy on just before that halfway line. And again, now up and over, a good run here from Graham Withall.
So that's 1 set each they've had with their players off in their respective corners.
Smythe's still not looking particularly pleased about things. She's got the arms crossed.
Arms folded. So they've got to forget about it now. The 2 players that are in the bin need to refocus when they get back on and have an impact for their team.
There's Grace French, who is looking to have an impact for her side now as they head up over halfway with Van der Reyden. Vera, a little bit late to get there. She's going to have to link up with somebody, though, and great hands by the end of it from Medved. However, just pushing the pass, that will be a touch pass there. So the Mets putting on a bunch of pressure and producing a result.
Yeah, I always think when you catch a pass, it's really hard to handle. You're better off just holding it and taking the touch.
So work it away now. towards that sideline to get the fresh plays on. All very flat pass. It's more than flat. It is Ford. Hampton is unable to get away with that one. So good calls from the officials. They've been spot on for this match so far.
Yeah, referees were right on the spot there. So that's 2 sets each the girls have had off.
Well, here they go now down the sideline, trying to really pin the ears back. Dale has shown on multiple occasions just how quick she is. If they can give her some clean ball, could be very interesting out on that left-hand side of the field. Touch comes in. Now they come forward with Boslin, one of these Northern Beaches girls. Boslin again out of acting half. Boslin, of course, out of acting half means if you're caught with it, there is the turnover. And both sides have been a little bit guilty of that in this match.
Yeah, they sure have. She was looking for what we call a buoy play there, where she takes off one side and then she just drops it back in. But the defence read it well, as we see both players come back on. I'm imagining they might go to the sideline to have a little chat to their coach, prospective coaches, and then they'll be back into the ball game.
Exactly what is happening here, Gabrose. Well called. Ashley Fung back into the action in favour of Smythe, who'll have a little more time to think about things on the sideline before back into the fray. But looks like both players have now calmed down. They'll be simply looking to get on with the task at hand as the Mets come up over towards that halfway line. Yep, and that will be a forceful touch there against Tiani Smith.
Yeah, another good call by the referee. That was just a little bit too much force in that touch by Smith.
Back to the middle they come. The touch was on this girl here, Presley Large. Large again. The irony there is that she was much smaller than Smith, who knocked it to ground. Now the quick roll ball here. Large having a crack at them. Tiani's a very tall customer. Large, of course, a little on the shorter side. So they keep moving forward, and the touch comes across there on that occasion from Medved. So the Manly girls really working as a composed unit within this Scorpion side.
Yeah, their defence is excellent. I really like the way they're rushing up. Obviously, Sammy Rogers, as we know, a legend of the game, coaching this team. The girls are very lucky to have Sammy in their corner. Probably the best winger in the Australian Women's Open team for many a year. So, you know, a great role model and mentor for these girls, and she'll have them firing for this last 15 minutes.
And of course, recently involved in the Trans-Tasman series, so it's not just a case of a legendary winger. She's still floating around doing a thing. Oh, how about the pace from Dale, who says, forget Dale, I move at the speed of a gale force wind. I am quick and I can score.
Wowza. She showed some speed and great footwork on that occasion. There didn't look to be anything on, and she just kind of did a little in and away, and off she went.
Well, not to mention, she's also given a nice little turn back to the camera to showcase, yes, it was indeed me that picked up that try. It's good to see. And what a way to break the deadlock here. We've had 12 minutes of play. It's taken a long time, but it was worth the wait. So a big play there for the Scorpions. They take the lead at long last here. 12 minutes down, 1-0. There's been plenty of action both on and off the ball in this one so far.
It sure has. It's taken half the game to get one score. Let's see if the floodgates open here as Stevens looks to make something from nothing as she goes through.
Stevens floating a pass over the top of the head of Dale, and I think they've actually come away with a result immediately. Now, had Dale kept her eyes on the ball, I feel she could have actually taken the intercept there, but she just turned to have a little look at her outside opposition winger, and that was all they needed. They took full advantage through Stevens.
Yeah, there didn't look to be too much on, but she just kind of little step off the right foot, and a great pass, and well done by the winger on that occasion to score the try. 1-1.
There we go. It doesn't last for long. We often see that, though, as well. Once we get the one try, we tend to get the follow-up pretty quickly afterwards.
Yeah, and we knew this would be a really good, tough game, and it's not disappointing at this stage.
Also, I don't know if you can feel it yourself, Gabrose, but there are a few drops just starting to emerge up here in the commentary booth. There has been rain forecast throughout the day and set to get up to about 150 millimetres to the south of Sydney. Not quite as intense up here on the Central Coast as the last play comes up now for the Scorpions. Medved with the ball, trying to squeeze through a gap. They mark her very well, so let's hope that those clouds can just stay off for a little bit longer. There's not too much more footy to go for the rest of the day.
You did tell me 1 o'clock, and sitting in this tower, we're dry at the moment, but if I leave, it means there's possibly some thunder and lightning coming on the way.
Did you bring an umbrella? That's the big question.
I did.
I'm one of the few people that also works as a weatherman and doesn't own an umbrella, so not ideal for me. They pop it from left to right here. Last play now as Jones picks it up and looks for an opening. Just gets the ball across here for Large, who does a great job to pick that up from pretty much the bootlaces, but nowhere to go. Jasmine Vera, very much in the mould of Sammy Rogers, always alert as a winger.
Yeah, she's just always in the right spot at the right time. And I love seeing specialist wingers, as I was speaking of Sammy. You know, they're such an important part of our game, and to see specialist wingers do their thing. Hoping that wasn't thunder.
That was my exact thoughts. Is that thunder or is that someone falling off the scaffolding here? We've had King Kong climbing the side of it, and now he's on the ground as Jones comes forward. Nice flicked on pass here from Hampton. Hampton shifts it away. Now Piers is an option once more.
Again,
Hampton.
we're seeing that good coming up fast off their line, the Scorpions, and not letting the Mets get any line attack options.
Large plays it on the last now. Jones, beautiful floating pass over the top. Oh, just a little too shy of the run there from Gigliotti, but they will get another look at the line here.
Yeah, lucky because the ball was down, but they've got an offside penalty, I think. So Molly Jones, they're going to be looking for her this set to try and give Mets the lead.
So Jones through the middle, plays it now. Again, Jones trying to look for an opening. Smith came in and shut things down from that link position. Back to the 7 metre mark they go. Presley Large to Molly Jones, and Large now plays it once more for Jones. Jones, there's not much doing there. A very lazy pass, popped it straight into the waiting arms of Smith. I'm not quite sure what she was aiming for on that particular play, Jones. She's been so strong throughout the match, but that was not her finest moment.
No, if she could take that back, she would. But again, it's the pressure from the Scorpions in defence.
So chiming in there, the Mets, and shutting it down very quickly. Nice touch made from Large as they take a little bit of time to get moving in the right direction here on this play of the Scorpions, but now there's metres on offer and they pick up some pretty good metres by the time they play it. Now Patterson's off for the running here. Long pass again for Dale, who collects her second, and Tasma Patterson, lovely heads up footy.
I kept my mouth shut then. I didn't want to have the curse on young Taz on that occasion, and she just put the hand out and said, I'm going to scoop here, and what a play it was. 2-1 to Scorpions.
So looking pretty good here now, the Scorps, with a bit of time starting to pass in this match. We've only got around about 8 minutes left. 25-minute matches, of course, no half-time breaks, and the two sides changing ends when a try is scored. And the Mets, right now, they need a try. They find themselves back down 2 tries to 1 here.
Yeah, and this has been better play from them. They're going to get 2 or 3 touches down on the line here.
Here is Stevens again, scheming, looking for an opening. Of course, previously she did link up out wide to create a try. Once more, she looks to go back to the well, but Gigliotti is offered no passage through the Scorpions. Good scramble.
Yeah, that was much better defence by the Scorpions on that occasion. They need a good set here coming off their line. Good hands there.
Vera under pressure there from Cardi, who came in. And now Vera just showcases the pace she does have, of course. Scored that famous try not too long ago back in Dubbo, length of the field to win it on the siren.
Yeah, as I said, I don't want to have commentators curse, but she just doesn't seem to make a mistake, young Vera.
Here's Medved linking up with Dale, who's always at full tilt. Nearly got around them again, searching for the hat-trick. Medved at first receiver, comes to the middle of the ground, held it in 2 hands, tried to ask a few questions, put them on their heels, but Stevens wasn't buying it. She dives and makes an important touch.
Yeah, full-length dive there from Keely Stevens. I'm thinking she'll be wanting to get off now and get somebody else driving the ball up the field.
They've only got around about half the side out there at the moment. They've got to get up to that substitutions area so they can get the fresh players onto the field, and they'll really try to get away now with a burn of pace. Evading the first defender, but now they step up. That smart play from Medved, who shuts them down. There's nowhere to go. Finally, they release the ball. In fact, they might have created something out of nothing. The big dummy comes, and the Sydney Mets are going to score. How about the run there from Abby Gomez? In fact, outstretched, it was Dale. Dale, who has shown all the speed in the world for a first try and on a couple of occasions, this time uses it in defence and comes up with probably the best try save you'll see in the tournament.
Yeah, and that could be a game saver with only 5 or 6 minutes to go. It looked like a try was on the cards for sure, but amazing effort there by Dale.
Well, Gomez, I thought she was off for all money. Dale is just absolute lightning though.
Yeah, she's come off for a quick sub, a well-deserved sub there.
I must say she's one of the few players in this Scorpion side I haven't seen too much of coming into this tournament, but I can certainly see why she's been selected. She's been terrific today.
Yeah, she has been awesome. And as I said, they've got really strong wingers, Scorpions, and that's making a big difference at the moment.
So Gomez delays the pass and then basketball style pops it over the top. They head back towards the middle with Jones. Presley Large off the right foot. Last play now. Jones picks it up, searching for an opening. Well tracked once again, though. A good little play there from Leela McDougall. So working it away from their own end now. Time running out pretty quickly here. We've got 5 minutes or so left in this one. And easy meters on offer here again for McDougall as Vera hops in at acting half. And now it comes for Stubbs. Stubbs plays it quickly. They've got a nice flow about this set so far. Works away now for White, who then fires it off towards the middle. Comes out for French. French, nowhere to go. Large, stands tall, Large and in charge and makes the touch.
Yeah, it feels like the speed of the game's actually just increased in this last minute or two, which you don't often see at the back end of game, but it's we've still got 4 or 5 minutes to go, and I think there might be a few tries left in it.
Certainly does seem to be what's occurred so far. The tempo has definitely lifted. They promote the footy themselves here, the Mets. They're looking to increase things, and they certainly do that. Great little run through Graham Whittle. Nearly getting through them there. They had support on the outside, but I must say some of the reads they've made, particularly from their links, the Scorpions have been terrific in this match.
Yeah, there's a lot of speed right across the park there. Middles, links, and of course the wingers. It's a really fast game, this.
So with not a great deal of time remaining, less than 4 minutes to go, Scorpions still have that narrow 1-try advantage, 2-1 on the scoreboard. And they'll turn this one over, so that could be a bit of a crucial area here that just provides an opportunity here for the Mets.
Looks like a sub-box penalty, is it?
Yeah, 7 on the field.
They've got a chance here. They're going to get a full set of 6 in the Scorpions half.
So now they'll supply it for Shemp and then drops it down for Stevens, who receives it once more now. Stevens scheming as always, but she'll come to the sideline here, so Gigliotta slows it down. Pressure coming. Wraparound is there, though, from Kohler. Kohler still alive with it. You just hear the call from Semi Rogers on the sideline there. Get up. Put the pressure on.
Yeah, and that's been their play the whole game. Get up in their face. Don't give them time with the ball.
I don't have much time to work too much there because they did exactly that and produced a good result defensively. So the score remains 2-1 with less than 3 on the clock.
Yeah, the days of rolling back in defence, they're gone now, and you've got to be fit and fast and just trying to get up in the face of the attackers.
Good run here. Picking up plenty of metres was Brooke Boslin. And now Vera chimes in on the action. White. And now McDougall. McDougall, great metres from her, picks up 15 or so. Last play now, and it comes out for French. French looking for an opening, can't find it. There is the turnover. And with only around about 2 minutes remaining, the Mets pretty much have to score this set, because they might only get one other opportunity after that.
Yeah, they're playing a bit of expansive play here, letting the ball do the work, which they have to do when you're 1 try behind with only a couple of minutes left. They'll be looking to Jones, who's back on the field here.
Large comes forward. There is Jones, wrapping with Large, who's worked tirelessly so far in this match. And Jones, here they come now. This is the moment of truth. Jones trying to get all the way through. How about that? With the big dive to close things down from McDougall.
Yeah, she's done a couple of those, McDougall, a couple of great touches out there on her line and saving the day on that occasion with only about 90 seconds to go.
Perhaps channeling her namesake, the Mad Dog himself, Adam McDougall, with some of the efforts that we've seen today.
Yeah, I wonder if she slapped the legs before she went on.
Maybe he had a few of those lady shakes as well. He's now promoting those, of course.
That's right.
Just shy of the halfway mark, they come, the Scorpions. So around about a minute to go here. And if they can get a try, this will shut it down for good. Last play now for the Scorpions. Back to the middle. Medved was cut out. They popped the pass over the top. Way too much pressure, though. Well read ultimately there from Kohler. And this will be the last chance you'd imagine here for the Mets. And they get a very, very welcome penalty as well.
Yeah, that looks like based on our clock. There's only about 30 or 40 seconds to go. Let's see what they've got in their bag of tricks.
So Dale's back out there for the Scorpions. Why not? She's been enormous both sides of the ball. A real mix-up here as they try and get those fresh players on the field. They've just got to go forward at this point. Stevens is there as an option. Last play, they jam in. I think it's Vera, is it, who's read it? No, in fact, it's Fung who comes up with a very important touch. And that could be the one that wins it here for the Scorpions.
Yeah, as they say, defence wins games. And we've seen on this occasion some great defence by the Scorpions. It's probably won them this game.
So just seconds remaining here. Vera gives to McDougall through the middle. And that will do it, surely. They get the extra set. Now they just have to be very slow. There is the siren. They'll take the touch. And that will do it here for the Scorpions. It was very intense at times, but ultimately they get away with the result here. 2-1 Gabros.
Yeah, that was a great game. As we said, it had a bit of everything, that game. And these teams might meet again tomorrow at some point.
I think it would be highly likely, of course, all the finals action coming your way tomorrow, with all the action itself starting at 8 o'clock with the 18 boys division. But up for you next, we've got another cracking fixture for you. The 16 boys between the Southern Rebels and the ACT Raiders. Nathan Loveday and Deacon Cameron to bring you all the action there. But at full time here in the 18 girls division, the All-Sydney fixture between the Scorpions and the Mets. It is the Scorpions who take it out 2 tries to 1.